Hello and welcome. You're watching News9 Live with me, Neha Khanna, and here in the studio is my colleague Brijesh Pandey to decode a big developing political story that's coming in from poll-bound Karnataka. Just when you think politics in India can't sink any lower, it does. And if there is an election round the corner, then you can be quite sure that the political discourse in the heat and dust of campaign will grow coarser by the day. No surprises, therefore, that Karnataka, which is going to polls on the 10th of May, is witnessing a war of words that's not only bitter, but one that's plumbing new depths. First, Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge compared Prime Minister Narendra Modi to a poisonous snake. Not wanting to be left behind, BJP MLA BP Yatnal has called former Congress President Sonia Gandhi Vishkanya. Needless to say, top BJP leaders and ministers hit out at Kharge and the Congress over the unsavory remark about the Prime Minister, and now Congress leaders are launching scathing attacks on Yatnal and the BJP over the distasteful remark about Sonia Gandhi. The question is, will our political leaders ever learn any lessons? Do they really believe that the lower they go in their attacks on opponents, the more votes their party will garner? Constantly vitiating the atmosphere with their unparliamentary language and vicious below-the-belt personal attacks on opponents, are India's netas not embarrassing the country? All right, to discuss this, I'm joined by Vijay Grover, senior journalist, and my colleague Brijesh Pandey is with me in the studio. Brijesh, like I said at the start of the show, just when you think it cannot get any worse, it does. Just when you think our netas cannot outdo themselves anymore, they do. From poisonous snake to Vishkanya, all in the name of elections in Karnataka. What's going on?
See, I mean, they're not disappointing you. That's lesson number one. The thing is that, what Kharge said was, it's not, doesn't behove a leader of stature. And most importantly and more critically, when you have election going your way, you are going to repeat the gaffe which have cost your party repeated elections after election is, I think, reprehensible.
Yeah.
You cannot do this to your party. Yeah. You cannot say what you said to the Prime Minister because he's Prime Minister of the country. And any normal civil discourse does not allow you or does not tell you to behave or talk like this. You are not a rookie politician who's just entered and, got carried away with the heat of the election campaign and says something. So this is number one. Number two is, I think, post him saying that, now there's going to be a competition and this is not the first or the last Vishkanya remark you are going to hear from this.
Elections are still close to 2 weeks away. I wonder what else we're going to hear.
You're going to hear a lot more. And the thing is that, see, I mean, usually the BJP, what it has done is that it has balanced the act for the Congress party. So till yesterday they were on the back foot, till middle of the day they were on the back foot. But now they can also claim that, see, BJP leader is using this kind of language against our, former Congress president. And I think this is something which they should avoid, but such is the nature of the game that, you have to listen to this, which anybody, in normal course of events should not say.
Well, if it wasn't so tragic and revolting, it would be quite hilarious actually to see these astute, seasoned politicians, grown-up men, bicker like this in public, like schoolboys, or worse, because I don't think schoolboys use such unparliamentary language as these men are using. But Vijay Grover, come in here. My friend and colleague Brijesh Pandey here talks about civil political discourse. And I couldn't help but chuckle a little when he said that. Pardon me for my cynicism. Is there any such thing as civil political discourse left in this country, especially in election season?
Neha, I can understand the chuckle that you had. Everybody in the state is also looking at, with some expectation that, this political discourse will mean something to the common man. Unfortunately, this is an election which is time-bound because it's coming right at a time, and, people of the state who are just recovering from COVID have been looking to get over the backlogs in life of COVID and, start a new life. But unfortunately, the kind of, the political discourse that is now being seen, Congress, one, known for self-polls, and, this is one of the self-polls in an election we are seeing, because we've seen in the past the Chaiwala, we've seen the Maut Ka Saudagar, and we've seen other comments which have come, and that is something where, it is handed over the election on a platter till yesterday to the BJP. clearly this was something where it was unwarranted, though Mr. Kharge apologized for it immediately after that, but the damage had been done till
Yes.
such time that, as Brijesh highlighted, that Mr. Yatnal made this comment about Vishkanya. Now clearly the level of discourse is certainly gone down. This is not what the poll going people want, because after fighting post-COVID recovery, you have inflation, you have unemployment, you have price rise, you have all these issues which are there in front of a common man, and he or she only hopes that these politicians will come out with some concrete solutions to say that the next government will be able to do a better job. And very well, Bangalore has been suffering in the last couple of years. We've had bad roads, we've had corruption of contractors, we've had the flooding, which left 50,000 houses damaged, and still compensations are not yet paid. So all these issues certainly were what people of the state were looking forward to, that there would be something that would be given out as an assurance that the next government, whichever is coming, would be able to offer some assurances. But what we are seeing over here is the kind of double engine versus reverse gear sarkara campaigns, or the kind of interpretation that has been terms of happening, that if you don't vote for Modi, you will be deprived of benefits, the kind of statement that Mr. Nadda had made. So all these things certainly not what people of Karnataka want to hear. But yes, for the political parties, it's brownie points, and that's what they're trying to score.